Make game day yours. Tickets, food and drinks, stats, and streaming. Everything you need is in the Utah Mammoth app. Download today and make game night easy. Download on both Android and iPhone. Tusk Top. It's time for the Larry H. Miller Utah Summer Games at Southern Utah University in Cedar City. Register today to participate in the 40th anniversary season of a Utah sports tradition at utahsummergames.org. Participate in over 50 sports around the state. Then plan to join the opening ceremonies Friday, June 5th, presented by State Bank of Southern Utah. Register today to participate in the 40th anniversary season of the Larry H. Miller Utah Summer Games.
It's time to break down the biggest stories of the day. This is the top 3 stories of the day on KSLSports.com. 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Jacob Ben, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Jake Scott, Ben Anderson. Time for the top 3 stories of the day. KSLSports.com, brought to you by J. Brooks Jewelers. Cherish your love with J. Brooks Jewelers. Explore their expertly crafted engagement rings made from the finest materials. J. Brooks Jewelers. All right, Christian, where do you want to start today?
Number 1, AJ Dybantsa reveals his signature Nike logo.
This actually is kind of a big deal in the sense that they don't do this for every player. Now, probably maybe more than they should, but there's not a lot of guys coming out of college that get a logo the way AJ is getting a new logo. And you can go find it at KSLSports.com or on our Instagram page. We've got it all. But I do think it's a real sign of like how much there's a belief that he's going to be a huge, huge star, and they're willing to invest in him early.
I will amend your take just slightly, and
Okay.
I think you'll agree with it, though. There aren't that many Nike rookies that get their own logo.
Sure.
Adidas will give their logo to anybody.
Sure.
Because they have like 5 clients. And I mentioned that because everybody tried to make a big deal out of Adidas doing it with Donovan Mitchell. And it was a big deal, but it's Adidas. They were desperate. They're desperate to get stars, and so they invest really early on young players. Whereas Nike, they don't do that. You have to kind of earn your way before Nike's willing to give you the special treatment. And so to get a logo from Nike coming out of college, I think is an extra big deal, actually.
And the fact that it's from Nike. Now, there are players
That's what I'm saying.
that develop their own, like you said, logo. You remember last year Ace Bailey had the Ace hardware store logo on some of his shoes. And people are like, Nike has debuted the Ace logo. It's like, no, they didn't. And while he said they were working on it, I don't think they ever revealed an official Ace logo. Yeah, Nike tries to be a little more particular about who they invest in and how they market them. While they sponsor probably 60+% of the NBA players as like whose shoes they're going to wear, they're very specific about who becomes a face of the organization.
I'm not a shoe guy. Who has their own Nike shoe right now?
LeBron, Kobe obviously did. It's not a lot.
Paul George did at one point. I know, because Zion.
Giannis.
Giannis.
Cade Cunningham.
Okay. Yeah, and Cade's was new this year. That was like
Devin
a big
Booker.
deal.
Okay, Devin Booker. Yeah, it's not everybody, though, being the point.
No, the fact that you're not like, yeah, I got the Jordan Clarksons.
Because
They don't do
remember, Paul George was worried about it because Zion blew out his ankle or hurt his ankle because his shoe exploded. Do you remember that whole thing? And Paul George was like, I hope this doesn't reflect bad on me. I like my shoe.
6 to 8 players is what a very quick Google search says. And yeah, LeBron, KD, Giannis, Ja. That's the mistake.
That's going away.
Devin, Cade, Jason Tatum, and Luka Doncic. But Tatum and Doncic both get it through the Jordan brand. So again, to go with AJ and put him coming out of college among the likes of these players says how much they're investing in him to step in and be a star. And he certainly has the opportunity. You know, The Athletic just released a new mock draft with Sam Vecini, their mock draft guy, and they've got him at number 1. We had Kristen Peak on the show yesterday. She's got a new story out today. She says everything she's hearing is AJ's going to go number 1 overall. It makes sense. I think he is going to be the number 1 overall pick, and we'll figure out where he's going a week from Sunday.
Listen, we talk about BYU and their journey and NIL, and one thing that we don't talk about nearly enough that matters, particularly in basketball, and this is an example of that. BYU is not only a Nike school, but they are a Nike Tier 1 school, and they are a Nike school that signed with Nike before Nike was Nike.
Mm-hmm.
So they love and always have BYU. Even when BYU was in the Mountain West Conference, Ben, do people know how shoe deals work? There's a Tier 1 shoe deal, Tier 2, and Tier 3. Tier 1, you get gear and you get money.
Yeah.
Tier 2, you get gear. Tier 3, you get coupon for the Nike store.
BOGO. Yeah.
You get, here's 10% off for you and your entire team.
Correct.
That's how it works.
That's why Utah is stuck with Under Armour.
Utah was a Tier 2 Reebok school, but I don't think they've ever been a Nike school. But they were a Tier 2 school forever. The entire Mountain West Conference was a Tier 2 whatever they were. BYU has always been a Tier 1 Nike school. And now that NIL is a thing, and now that BYU is in the market for some of these big-time players, being a big-time Nike school played into A.J. Dybantsa going to BYU.
No question about it.
It absolutely did.
Yep.
And because Nike said, go to one of our places, and we're going to love you. I mean, I don't know how far A.J.'s relationship with Nike goes back, but I'm guessing it's, early teens?
3-4 years, yeah.
More than that, maybe.
Yeah. Well, I mean, 4 years ago, he was 13. So
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Do the math. Yeah, don't do math on the air. But certainly his AAU years, I'm not sure. I'm sure his AAU team was a Nike team. Anyway, point being, that plays a role in BYU's success, and we don't talk about that a whole lot.
No, it's the dirty secret of all of college athletics that you have picked you've picked us from a select few schools based on what their shoe sponsor is or what they're thinking. Yeah, because you're a Nike school and you're going to go there. And it doesn't always happen. Cooper Flagg is a New Balance guy and couldn't wear them last year, but was still getting paid by New Balance and does some ads. So it's not always the case, but I think Cooper Flagg is the exception to the rule, maybe even the exception that proves the rule. But yeah, Donovan Mitchell going to Louisville as an Adidas school and then getting his own signature line of shoes. None of that's coincidental, other than he became good enough that they were happy to give it to him.
Guarantee his AAU team was an Adidas team.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
I go back to, and sorry, we don't have to dwell on this, but I remember when Frank Martin left Kansas State for, where'd he go, Ben? Do you remember? It was a lateral move at best. It was like South Carolina or something. I said, why on earth did he do that? And you look into it a little bit. Kansas State flipped their shoe from Nike to something else, and his AAU feeder program was a Nike school. So he left to go to another Nike school.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Yep. Tons of power.
If the world were like a Sleep Number mattress, everything would adapt for your comfort. Because as your life changes and your body changes, Sleep Number mattresses adapt and shift to give you personalized comfort night after night. And now everything's on sale during our Memorial Day event. Save up to $1,200 on mattresses for a limited time. To experience a whole new world of comfort, visit a Sleep Number store or go to sleepnumber.com. Sleep Number, to a good life sleep.
I'm here on the job site with Dale, who's a framing contractor.
Hey, good morning.
Dale traded up to Geico Commercial Auto Insurance for all his business vehicles. We're here where he needs us most.
Yep, they sure are.
We make it easy for him to save on all his insurance needs, all in one place, with coverage that fits his business and bottom line. Oh, I shouldn't have looked down.
It's all right.
We're so far up here.
Look at me. Take a deep breath.
Oh, I'm good. So good.
Get a commercial auto insurance quote today at geico.com and see how much you could save. It feels good to Geico.
Next.
Number 2, NBA playoffs. Your guy, AR, might be back tonight.
We will see as the Lakers try to close out this series without letting it go on any further. They are at home. That is the late game against the Rockets. They lead 3-1. Cavaliers taking on the Raptors, also battling to break that tie, tied at 2-2, going back to Cleveland. And the Magic, hoping to go on the road and close out the Pistons in what would be pretty shocking 8-1 upset. Maybe not the most because, as you mentioned, Detroit had a very good year. No doubt about it. I think even a week before the playoffs, we were talking about how Boston is the team to beat. Boston is going to be the best team to come out of the East as long as they stay healthy. Better than Detroit, better than New York, better than Cleveland, certainly. So I don't think anyone would be totally stunned if Detroit loses in the first round, but it's still a major upset.
It is. I was telling you going into the playoffs, though, that Detroit was vulnerable, and they're proving that. Boston, though, is playing with their food. What are they doing?
I know. They absolutely no-showed yesterday.
They got stomped.
I mean, it was like a 16-0 run in the fourth quarter. They scored 11 total points in the fourth quarter. And yeah, man,
against the Sixers, by the way. Sorry.
I look at, And now that series is 3-2 and is headed back to Philly for a Game 6. And Joel Embiid's back. And, this is why they talk about it. If you have the best player on the floor, you can win a playoff series. Joel was the best player on the floor last night. It was that simple. They didn't have an answer for him. As good as Neemias Queta has been this season, he's been a revelation for the Celtics.
He's way smaller than Joel.
But Joel's just a freak.
He's huge.
I mean, Joel's just a monster body. He's the closest physical comp to Shaq we've had since Shaq. And he's not that big, but
close.
He's as close as we've seen. And he can bully you, and he's... we were talking about Shaq's lack of offensive talent last year. That's not the case with Joel.
Lack
Joel
of skill. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Joel is freakishly talented. His skill level is through the roof. He can shoot, he can dribble, he can pass, he can do a lot. But he can be the best player on the floor any given night. He's just so rarely on the floor, which is why he's got an MVP but has not won a championship. But, Celtics playing with their food is dangerous.
And then Captain Jack had a stinker as the Knicks blew out the Hawks 126-97. Captain Jack's team was not ready to go.
Captain Jack is Quinn Snyder, by the way.
Are you jealous that you didn't come up with that one?
Big time.
Huge, yeah.
Big time.
But
I'm totally stealing it.
Not so stubborn that you're not going to be like, well, I didn't make it up, so it's not good.
Oh, absolutely not. No. What? Who was that bozo on TV that came up with Stinkin' Riley?
Yeah, Skip Bayless.
Skip Bayless.
Yeah,
that
we're not
guy's an
Skip
idiot,
fans.
but that's an amazing nickname.
Stinkin' Riley's the funniest thing anyone's ever called anybody. So we stick with Stinkin' Riley, and we'll stick with Captain Jack for Quinn Snyder from here on out because CJ Miles called him that once, and I had somebody tweet at me and say, I think Buddy Hield came up with it. So shout out Buddy Hield, if you did indeed.
No, CJ McCollum.
What did I say?
CJ Miles.
CJ McCollum, pardon me.
CJ McCollum. I didn't hear that part that Buddy Hield came up with.
That was what somebody had said he had heard. So I don't know.
That is so funny.
Really funny.
And so right on. I'll absolutely steal that. 100%. I can't believe the Hawks just decided not to play defense, I guess. Just don't guard anybody. Well, Jalen Brunson may have had the most efficient game of his entire life.
Yeah, he's
15 of 23 and 3 of 5 from 3 for 39 points.
And again, the bad news is the Hawks are designed specifically to be able to slow him down. You've got Dyson Daniels, who's one of the better perimeter defenders in the NBA, and Nikhil's a very good perimeter defender. And yeah, he just went off. And the Knicks do have this high wire act. They can go up there and have absolutely nonsense games, and in a series they go 6 and maybe 7. And they have nights where you're like, oh yeah, that team looks like it could make the finals. Like it could push through the East. And last night was an example of that. But then they have nights where you're just like, I don't know what they are. So I can't bet on them night to night.
Did you see Celebrity Row at the Knicks game?
No, I did not.
It was full of Shema whatever was there. Ben Stiller was there. Tracy Morgan.
Okay. Yeah.
Who else? Who am I missing?
Obviously.
It was
Kylie Jenner was with Timothy.
Yeah. And I was just trying to think.
Oh, Chalamet is what you were trying to figure out how to say. You just kept calling him Shema. I was like, what are you talking
Shemada?
about? Yeah.
What's his name?
Chalamet.
Chalamet.
Now, geez, you've got
Chalamet?
me all mixed up. And I like Chalamet.
The Bob
Ben
Dylan
looks
guy.
just like him.
Apparently. Chalamet. Timothy Chalamet. Chalamet.
He did the ping pong movie, right?
He did. Made by the same guys who made Uncut Gems.
But got snubbed. Oh, then I'm
It's
definitely.
a Safdie. And it has the exact same feel.
Does it really? Oh,
Yeah.
I'm not seeing it.
Yeah, it's the exact same movie.
Is it?
Uh-huh. But
So
with ping pong instead of sports gambling.
So he didn't get the Oscar for the sports gambling, so he just remade the movie to try and get it with the ping pong, just like Scorsese did with Gangs of New York.
Well, yes, the Safdies, yes. And I think they might have won an Oscar. I can't remember if they got shut out or not. But anyways, neither here nor there.
I know Chalamet. He did not get it.
He did not.
No. But I thought, who's made the most stinkers out of all those guys? It's got to be Ben Stiller, right? Tracy Morgan's probably made some stinkers.
He's made some stinkers. He's not in that many movies, and people loved 30 Rock. He's very funny on SNL.
Well, 30 Rock was incredible.
Yeah. So, but he's not like a big movie star. He's done some movies, obviously.
All right, what's next?
Stiller, though, yeah, some stinkers. Spike Lee has some duds as well.
For example?
Apparently his new one this year with, I didn't see it, this new one with Denzel is terrible. That's what people said.
Okay.
To the point where nobody saw it.
All right.
And Denzel's like one of the biggest movie stars of all time, and nobody saw this movie.
Next.
Number 3. Sounds like the NCAA tournament is going to expand.
Where's the Meow song?
It's called Highest to Lowest is the new Spike Lee joint. It got good Rotten Tomatoes, but nobody liked it.
What are they going to now, 74, Christian?
I think it might be 72.
It is expanding to 76.
76. We were both wrong. Yep, look at it right here.
You know what? Finally, we get everybody else in this tournament. Finally, we added 12 more teams to this thing. It's the NCAA has initiated the final steps to expand, per ESPN, the men's and women's basketball tournaments to 76 teams. The expansion, which has been discussed for well over a year, is on track to be formalized in upcoming weeks.
I saw Wilner advocate.
We'll start next season.
I saw Wilner advocate for John Wilner, the Hammer, from where does he write? The San Jose Mercury News?
Probably.
Does that sound right? He was advocating for Salt Lake to be the Dayton of the West.
Okay.
What do you mean, okay? Does that interest you?
No.
To host the first four or first four be a venue for first four in the NCAA tournament every year?
No.
That doesn't have any appeal?
No, because I like that we get the real tournament every 6 years or whatever it is, and I would prefer that. And the second you become Dayton, you cannot become the location of the entire first round every 6 years. And selfishly, I would rather have that because what do you do with all the play-in tournament games? You make fun of them.
Well, I don't like them either, but it
So
would
all
be
you do is tease them.
It would be something, and it would be here. And the first round games aren't that important either.
Yeah, but it's like kind of the opening event, and it's exciting to have it over at Delta Center, and people enjoy going to those. Are people going to go to the play-in tournament games? I mean, yeah, probably. No, I would honestly rather, if I had to pick between them, I would rather have once every 6 years have the entire, or this, this side of the bracket or this quarter of the bracket personally. But I'm also not a fan, and maybe some people do want to go see whoever they. And remember, no, I don't, because the first four, or whatever they're calling this, and now it's going to be, what is it, the first 18?
First eight.
First eight. It's just to screw over actual colleges that earn their way in to make sure they don't make deep runs. It's just to where you put, mid-majors to make sure that they don't end up in the Final Four. They've designed this exclusively to pretend, what a gift. We're giving you more spots to come in when really they should just be in the 64-team tournament in the first place, and they've hurt them.
No, it's for the 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th place teams in the Big Ten.
If you have to. Yeah, you'll get
not
one of those
for-
teams.
yeah,
and then an AQ from the smallest from the Missouri Valley.
No, that's all this is. It's stuffing more big conference teams into the tournament.
But yeah, that's what these new 12 teams are.
Yeah.
And they're trying to say, like, look, that means more access for everybody. No, the everybody they're talking about is like, we were really mad that, who was it? Tennessee? Who was Bruce Pearl mad at? Auburn? Why didn't we make it? Did you see how well we played in the NIT?
Uh-huh.
We should have been team 74 in this 76-team tournament. All right.
Yeah, it's really dumb. Right?
Whatever. Mm-hmm. So I hate to be angry at everything, Guy, and I'm not trying to. I generally try to not view most things through that lens, but this is ridiculous. This is stupid, and I actually think it hurts the teams that deserve a chance to have a real opportunity to advance.
Coming up on the show at 4:30, he covers Texas Tech. Don Williams is going to join us. And then Mike Folta is going to be on the show at the top of the 5 o'clock hour. Stay tuned. It's Jake and Ben, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Make game day yours. Tickets, food and drinks, stats, and streaming. Everything you need is in the Utah Mammoth app. Download today and make game night easy. Download on both Android and iPhone. Tusk Top.
Derek Overstreet, founder of the New Millennium Group. We're a financial planning firm. We have advisors standing by right now to take your call. 888-999-6370. The reason you're going to want to call is we're going to help you retire 3 to 5 years before you thought possible. The way we do this is by putting together a step-by-step plan. So if you're one of those people listening and you'd like a plan in writing, give us a call at 888-999-6370. That's 888-999-6370, or go to utahsfinancialplanner.com.